we are going to get into some Arc Raiders news. We got a bunch of stuff that just hit today. A lot of exciting things about what's coming tomorrow, actually. So let's get into this and get you guys updated. The news article here, we'll throw a link down in the description, is the frontier expands north. This has to do with what they showed on the roadmap with Stella Montis and the North Line. It says, beneath Speranza is a sprawling network of tunnels. It seems some have been sealed off with great effort. However, with ingenuity and elbow grease, nothing stays hidden forever. Will you join Speranza's efforts to rebuild tunnels and connect what has been lost? My first thing is, like, have you ever seen none of these people watch horror movies? Like, if it was sealed off, it was sealed off for a reason. Maybe you don't want to go to what's on the other side of that tunnel, except I do. I want to go explore and find out. It's going to be part of a new community event, breaking new ground. And I'm not just going to read this word for word, get into it. What it's going to boil down to is you are going to have to give materials to this community event. Think of it kind of like the Project Expedition, but instead of resetting, this is just to unlock the map. They're probably going to have some tens of millions of resources, maybe even billion. With a player base this big, it wouldn't be surprised me if we even push into the billions of these resources to unlock the map. And once we reach that, the map will unlock. Now, the only thing is going to be is that a player has to have completed 5 rounds to participate in the community event. Not sure why it's even there. That's such a small requirement. I'm not sure. It doesn't make any sense. It is what it is. The materials that they're going to need is all the basic gray materials: metal parts, fabric, chemicals, rubber parts, and plastic parts. So super easy to gather. And you are going to be rewarded. You're going to earn merits, which will be a new currency that I'm guessing is going to be either used with one of the traders or maybe some kind of cosmetic deal. I'm not sure. There is a cap on that. You're not going to be able to just earn unlimited ones, but additional contributions will aid in reaching it more quickly. So once you reach your cap, probably isn't really worth it doing it unless you just want to help or you want bragging rights. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of leaderboard. We've seen Embark do this in the past. I'll bet they put out a screenshot of like the top maybe 20 or 50 or something people who contributed with their names. So that could be a thing. Keep that in mind. This will unlock the next phase, which is staking our claim, which is a new progression track. So interesting. It's not going to immediately unlock it. It doesn't look like. Pretty excited to see this map, though. Carved deep into the northern mountains, Stella Montis tempts raiders to explore an abandoned facility that remains relatively well preserved compared to the wreckage of the lower Rust Belt. Cold and sterile, these ruins hint at what humanity left behind in its push towards the stars. So the interesting thing to me here is, if it's like this, how are the Ark around? How the Ark not? If it's well preserved, how are the Ark part of it? It's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. The new progression track is going to unlock staking our claim, which is going to run for a limited time until December. It's going to be personal rewards and challenges kind of thing, just another progression line. So more stuff for you to do. Like, I'm 130 hours into the game, 140 now, whatever it is, and I've pretty much done all of the progression. We're still doing trials. We're trying to get blueprints. Still trying. I mean, we were fighting the Queen until the exploit came out. So we've pretty much given up on fighting the Queen until they fix that, because I want to fight it legitimately. That's really all we're doing. So seeing stuff like this hit is great, obviously, for power users. For me, if you're just an average gamer and you're still, let's say 30, 40, 50 hours into the game even, you've just got so much to do. And I think that's fantastic. Keep in mind that some of your other stuff can wait, if like the quests and things like that. I would lean into this kind of stuff before that. Because it's going to be a limited time until December. We're going to get some new Arc. You're going to get rare resources, new gameplay items, maybe even schematics for long lost technology. I don't know why they put the baby in here. I mean, you're going to find new stuff in there, which is kind of cool. But we're going to get new Arc enemies. So this kind of reads like they were only going to be at Stella Montis, but I don't think they are. I think they're going to be everywhere. The first one is going to be the Matriarch. And the Matriarch is an imposing Arc machine that makes the Queen look friendly and can be found during specific map conditions. That makes me wonder. I don't know, but I'm thinking from the launch trailer, is that what this is? Is this the Matriarch? Do we finally know now? I think so. I think that's a pretty safe bet that big beast is going to be the Matriarch. At least that's my thought on it. The Shredder is something that it just sounds terrifying. This one, it says will first appear Stella Montis. I bet it ends up elsewhere, though, eventually. I'm interested to see what this is. I don't know. Is this like a melee bot? Is this something that flies around and shoots knives at you? What is this going to be? Now, as far as new items, we're going to get new legendary weapon, 3 new mines, which is interesting. I don't know what else you could do for mine. I mean, I guess I could think, but More trolling at extracts, it sounds like. We're going to see lots of videos from Stank for that. And then 2 new grenades. Interesting to see if we're going to get some more anti-arc kind of grenades. Now, again, it's saying the North line is just the beginning of the Arc Raiders post-launch roadmap. Just for example, oh, you know what? One other image I wanted to bring up, and I think this is just the Queen. I was thinking this might be the Matriarch too, but I think this is just early concept art for the Queen. But it could be the Matriarch. You know, it's Queen with like rocket launchers on it. It's kind of what it looks like to me. But I think it's just concept art for the Queen, not the Matriarch. Could be wrong though. That could be the Matriarch. But back to the roadmap, they were talking about the North line. So the North line, you know, a new map, community event. We've got all that, Matriarch, new gameplay items, new quests. They didn't talk about that, but obviously we're going to be getting new quests tomorrow on the 13th, or I guess today if that's when you're watching it. But we got December coming with the cold snap. So just more stuff, more content. So it's awesome to see this flood of content right after release. They're not going to let the game just sit here and simmer. They're going to just keep piling wood on the fire. Snowfall map conditions, Flickering Flames event, another big event. This is going to be your expedition departure window starts and finishes. So everybody's going to be prestiging towards the end of December. That's going to be doing it. It's going to be a lot of people. New Raider deck and new quests. So all good stuff. Now, some other quick mentions here on another news article they had. Store cosmetic prices. We've heard your feedback. We reviewed our prices and made adjustments to lower prices where applicable. Revised prices will go live tomorrow, Thursday the 13th, 10:30 CET. This is probably when the patch is hitting, by the way. For any raider who has already purchased an old pricing, we'll compensate you for the difference. Can we get a round of applause for an awesome company? They don't have to do stuff like this. They should do stuff like this. They don't have to, and they do it. I think it's awesome. I'm happy about this company. So this is some of the cosmetics being expensive. Raider decks. They have one free Raider deck available. In the future, you're going to see both free and premium Raider decks. And here's an important thing to note. The gameplay items are only in the free Raider decks, so there will be no paid Raider decks with items. They don't want pay to win. The premium Raider decks are going to focus on cosmetics and convenience. So there you go. Everybody, I was worried. I wasn't worried about that. It was something I was questioning about how they were going to avoid the pay to win accusations if they have items in the Raider decks, and this is how they're going to do it. And then duo matchmaking. I'm going to do a whole video about this, talking about this, because there's a lot of people who just don't understand what's going on. So we're going to talk about it. But if you've been playing duos and even noticed duos like us, we play a lot of duos, Liston and I, and we've noticed that we've been running into a lot of duos. This is why they actually have been silently testing a duo prioritized matchmaking. Started earlier this week. It was really the last 2 days I noticed it. So Monday and Tuesday. Definitely Tuesday. Yeah, definitely yesterday. But Monday for sure as well. Now, the way it works, first they prioritize solos and squads. So they're going to split anybody that's more than one in solo, right? Those are put into 2 pots. And that's the first priority. That doesn't mean you're always going to be with a solo if you're a solo. You will run into squads as a solo in certain circumstances. Right now, rarer than it will be once the player base kind of trickles off a little bit, which will happen. Not a bad thing. It's just part of the process. But then once those 2 pots are created, then it goes from, it'll try to prioritize duos and trios. So it'll put all the duos in a pot and all the trios in a pot, and then it'll fill up from there. So you're going to end up with duos raids with some trios in it, which lucky trios. Imagine being a trio and everybody you're fighting's in a duo. Nonetheless, that's what is happening now. Please note that this is not a 100% guaranteed system, so you may at times run into different constellations of players than your own. That is the news. Lots of news today. Got it out for you guys. Hope this helps you guys understand it. I got to make sure that I'm doing this right. So I hope my head wasn't in the way part of this video. If it was, sorry, we talked about it. I will pay better attention to make sure my head isn't in the way when we're doing it. Nonetheless, if you got something out of this video, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and it tells YouTube you want to see more of this content. Otherwise, YouTube kind of buries it, especially with it being Arc Raiders and this being originally a Tarkov channel. It's kind of hard to get this out to people. So also, you sharing it with your friends helps me out a ton. Gets them into the ecosystem, and it helps YouTube understand they want to see this content. But we'll wrap her up there. Thanks, as always, for being part of the channel, supporting me and watching my content. Love having you guys here. I wish you the best of luck in your raids topside, and we'll see you in Speranza.